All right. So we'll get started. I'll let you introduce yourself and I'll introduce myself, and then we'll go from there.
Well, hello. My name is John Bragel. I am the Director of Dining Services here at Hood College. I have been on campus for about a year now, but I've been with the company for 28 years. So I've got quite a bit of experience in college food service. And it's been a great time the past year here. There's a great dining team. It's a great campus community. So we are here for you and help however we can.
Awesome. And I'm Stephen Garner. I'm one of the admission counselors here at Hood. Hopefully some of you guys know me, especially if you live in the Montgomery County, DC or Prince George's areas. As John probably doesn't know, that's where I serve. So I spent a long time living in Silver Spring, Maryland, and all over the Montgomery County and Prince George's and DC areas. So if you have questions about that while we're talking today, feel free to jump in. Or if you want to reach out to us, we'll make sure that our contact information is posted along with the link where you found this video. John, we'll start. You mentioned that you've been working for the company for 28 years. What company is that, and what is their role in food service at Hood?
Yes, so the company on campus that operates the food service is Aramark. So again, I've been with Aramark for 28 years. Fantastic company. We have we operate in pretty much every sector that you can think of. Higher education, grade schools, sports and entertainment, stadiums, hospitals, healthcare, just pretty much anything and everything that requires food service and hospitality. We are involved. We do Olympics and all kinds of major events, year round. So, you hear my accent probably during this talk that, it's Massachusetts, it's not New York, but from Massachusetts, I moved to Maryland about 3 years ago to become a grandfather. So my wife and I kind of made a leap of faith to be with our first grandchild. We have two now, and we moved to Maryland and Frederick. So I'm about, 10, 12 minutes from the campus. So, I'm very visible around all the time. Frederick is wonderful, and the Hood College is great. I spent a lot of time at some large accounts in Massachusetts, Boston University, and then I was at Wheaton College in Norton, Massachusetts. And when I first came to Hood, it's very similar to the same feel as Wheaton College in Massachusetts. I mean, the same blue color paint, the same white trim on the building. So, and the same great community. So it's again, my first year here has been fantastic. We've built upon the program that was already in place, and we've had some great fun with the program and the students last year, and we got some great plans coming up when we start again back in September.
Great, that's awesome. Jumping right into the actual dining hall that we've got here on campus. What is the what can I expect if I haven't been to campus yet? What would I see when I first walk in the door, and what's the layout? What am I looking at?
So for the first year students, the meal plan that you will be on right away is the all access meal plan. So the reason that it was chosen is because it really takes any legwork out of how you manage your meal. So you're allowed access as many times you want into the dining facility. So if you get up at 7:30, want to grab a cup of coffee, get a cup of coffee. You want to come back at 8:30 for a bagel and cream cheese, you can get that. Come back at 10 o'clock for whatever you want. So it's as many times you want. So you don't have to worry about, I got a class that starts at this time, and if I don't make it to the dining facility, I'm going to miss my meal. So you'll have no problem with that at all. Dining halls are very got a nice feel to it. It's a very classic style dining facility. When you first walk in, you'll be greeted by one of the great cashiers or greeters. Every student will have a ID, which will be coded to have your access into the meal plan. So we do require that the student carries their ID with them when they come into the dining facility. Once you come in, it's all you care to eat. So again, you can stay there for 10 minutes, grab something real quick. You can hang out there for an hour and grab a full meal, a couple meals, go back for seconds, thirds, and fourths, and study or hang out with your friends, however you want to make your day go about for that meal period. In the dining facility, we have you come in, there's kind of two halves, and we have two serving stations right in the front. On the right-hand side, when you come in, we have a pizza station and a toss-to-order station. We can do, toss-to-order pasta, toss-to-order stir fries. We also use that station a lot for our specialty stations. So we do like soup and bread bowls, just a lot of real fun stuff, but, really a chance to customize your menu selection for that day. So if you want onions, garlic, peppers, whatever we have out there that day, different types of sauces. We invested $10,000 in a nice piece of equipment last year, which basically makes a whole pizza in like 5 minutes. So when you first walk in, you get that nice smell of the pizza cooking. It's a very popular station. But again, if you want to come in and say, hey, can I just get a slice of pizza with some pepperoni and onions, we can do that for you. Be ready in a couple minutes. The left side of the dining room, when you come in, there's we have made-to-order waffles, where you make your own waffles. We have a couple different soups, and then a full salad bar and a deli. So you kind of come in and take care of that. And then there's a set of back doors you'll see in the back, and that's kind of the main servery. It starts out with a beverage island. So we feature a Coke product. So all the favorite Coke beverages on fountain, coffee, hot chocolate, juices, and all the different types of milk and breakfast cereal. And then in the back is our main servery, which we usually have 4 or 5 main selections every day. So, we have a comfort from home station, which could be, anything from flank steak to meatloaf to baked chicken. We have a vegetarian vegan station. So, if you require that specialty diet and that's your option, then we have those for you. We have a grill. So you'll see there's a nice fresh char grill and a griddle in front of you. So we can make, burgers and things like that for you. And then one of our very popular stations, we have a station which is called True Balance, which is for students that have specific allergies. So the True Balance station is a station that serves product that does not contain the top 7 allergens that are out there. So things like soy, wheat, dairy, eggs, nuts, and tree nuts. And that's prepared in its own separate station in the back kitchen, identified by a purple color. So the cutting boards are purple, the knife handles are purple, all the serving utensils are purple, and that's a totally served station, so there's no cross-contamination. So people with any special dietary requirements, can dine there safely. But we also ask, it's very important that anybody that has any type of special dietary requirement, that they reach out to me and the chef, and we meet with them early in the school year, so they can be comfortable, that they can get a safe, fun dining experience and not be worried about if their food's contaminated with their allergen.
Great.
And we have a great dining team. A lot of the dining team members have been here for, one celebrated a 30-year anniversary. 10, 15, 20-year employees. And whenever we do surveys, the dining team always ranks the highest. The dining team, their approach, their interactions with the students, we like to treat it like home, because, you're here for 9 months of the year. You want to make sure that you're comfortable and, made to feel really welcomed. And the team does a great job like that. And they're well-versed on special requests and allergies and cross-contamination, and just making sure they go above and beyond for any request that we get.
Awesome. Yeah, that was great. That's a lot of really good info in there. We talked a little bit about the meal plans that our first year students are expected to have. Those living on campus, there is a commuter meal plan as well. Actually, could you tell us a little bit about that option? So you mentioned the full first year meal plan is the all-inclusive, where you every chance you get, you can go into the dining hall and eat all you want to eat. Could you tell us a little bit about the other option for those students who might be commuting to campus in their first year?
Yes, so we have it's called a Block 50 for the commuters. And all the meal plans we have, they come with what's called a blazer box, which is a declining balance. So for an example, the All Access comes with $100 in blazer bucks for the semester. A blazer buck can be used at our retail facility, which is called a Blazer. And we have a Grill Works and a Sandwich Shack and a Pete's Coffee. So a gourmet coffee station. So if you wanted to go before class and grab a caramel macchiato, and let's say that costs, $4, you want to use your Blazer Bucks, it's basically a declining balance. So you have $100 in Blazer Bucks, you purchase a $4 beverage, it deducts the $4, you have $96 left. And that just keeps on going. You can add more Blazer Bucks at any time you want, any increment you want. So just a different, mix up. If you don't want to go to the dining hall that day, you want some different, the onion rings and stuff like that every day down at the Blazer. So if you want to have that kind of snacky type food, you can do that.
So that's the first year plan.
That's the first year plan, the all access. The Commuter Block 50. So what that does is that will give you just basically 50 entrances into the dining facility. So it's a meal, but if you come in and swipe and just get a bagel and cream cheese and a coffee, then that counts as a swipe. So it's 50, we call it 50 meals, but it's really 50 entrances into the dining facility, into Koblenz. And that comes with $400 in Blazer Bucks. And the difference between the commuter meal plan and the all access is, for the all access, if you don't use those 100 Blazer Bucks in the semester, they don't roll over. But the commuter plan, they will roll over to the following semester. So, but we found out that most students will use $100 up in the semester. If they don't, we send a reminder, and then they go and they start buying. I'll buy a case of water or something to use up my points, because it's it's the money that's on their card.
Right.
And then when you get into your second year, third year, there's another meal plan that's called a weekly 10, which, just like it said, it's 10 meals per week. So that's really meant for people that don't eat breakfast and go home on the weekends. That would be 10 meals a week. And again, those meals don't roll over. So if you don't eat 10 meals in the week, they don't carry over. The next week you start with another 10, and so it's 10 per week for the entire run of the semester. Pretty easy to manage, the meal plan. And that's why the choice is to have the first year students on the all access, because we really don't want students stressing out about worrying about if they can get to the dining hall to have a full meal. And again, the all access, anytime you want, 10, 20, 30 times a day. It's that simple. We also have an option we call a meal exchange, which, if a student is, that class is close to the Blazer and they don't feel like making that long, arduous 4-minute walk to Koblenz, it's really just an option. But if you just say, my friends are down here at the Blazer and we're studying, I just want to grab a burger and fries and a fountain drink, you get what's called a meal exchange. So you just tell the cashier when you order your food, I'm going to use a meal exchange. They swipe it. It doesn't go against your Blazer Bucks. Because you're having all access, it doesn't count against your meals. And you're allowed 5 meal exchanges per week. So if you're on the all access, you can go to Koblenz as many times as you want during the week. But if you want to use a meal exchange at the Blazer, you can do 5 of those in that given week.
Yeah, that's great.
Sounds tricky when you talk about it, but it's once the students come on, it's very simple, and they navigate that pretty easily.
No, it makes sense. I, as somebody who gets to head to the Blazer somewhat frequently, not as a student, that's nice to know that you can kind of go there when you want. That actually brings me to a good question. I know that the Blazer and the main dining hall have slightly different hours. I was wondering, for those students who want to grab a meal a little later, what is that schedule compared? What do they look like exactly? Just a quick overview of the schedule itself.
Currently, sometimes I'm bad with my memory, but so I'm going to look at my notes. But the Koblenz is open Monday through Thursday for a full breakfast, 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. So any early rise at 7 o'clock, we open up ready to go with a full breakfast. And then at 9:30, we switch to a continental breakfast. So, the yogurt, fruit, pastries, toaster, the bagels, and all the coffee and the beverages. That's from 10:30 to 11. And then we do go to lunch at 11 o'clock. So continuous service from 7 to 2. So 11 to 2 is lunchtime. The full lunch, everything, every station I talked about in the beginning is open, ready to go. And then it gets slow. So from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we go to what we call a slow service, which is basically soup, salads, so soft serve ice cream, desserts, and all the beverages are open. So again, we find out that that's really a quiet time for whatever reason. So we come in and get a quick meal. And then we close from 4 to 4:30, just to kind of do a quick cleanup, reset, and then open up for dinner, 4:30. And then Monday through Thursday, the dinner goes at 8 o'clock at night. And then the only difference on Friday is that instead of closing at 8 o'clock, we close at 7:30. And then the weekends are a little bit different in Koblenz. The weekends, we open up at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 to 11, we do a continental breakfast. Again, the pastries, the toaster station, yogurt bar, the fruits and things like that. And then 11 to 1:30, we do a full brunch. So again, you get your eggs to order, pancakes, griddle items, the breakfast meats, and then, hot entrees. And then we close Saturday and Sunday from 1:30 to 4:30, and then open up at 4:30 till 7:30 for a full dinner. That's Koblenz. Again, the hours are posted when you walk in, so it's very easy to navigate once you get going. The Blazers are a little bit different. We have the Grillworks concept, which features egg sandwiches, fried potatoes, burgers in the daytime, turkey burgers, onion rings, quesadillas, and things like that. That opens Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. So that's a pretty long stretch there that you can just come in and get whatever you want. It's closed on Saturday, and then Sunday it opens up at nighttime, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then the Sandwich Shack is, so when you come into a Blazer, you're facing the Blazer, the Grillworks is on your left, and the Sandwich Shack is on your right. The Sandwich Shack, just like it sounds, has a bunch of different sandwiches, wraps, and panini sandwiches, hot sandwiches, cold sandwiches. That opens up Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Friday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's closed on Saturday and Sunday. And then the Pete's Gourmet Coffee, which is kind of a little kiosk, which is kind of tucked near Sandwich Shack. That's whenever the Blazer is open, either Grillworks or Sandwich Shack, then the Pete's Coffee is available.
Cool.
So there's pretty much, for the most part, dining on campus, 7 to 11 for the most part.
And that's awesome. I never knew that the Blazer was open quite that long. That's great during the week. And having just, during the week, the main dining hall being open pretty much that whole stretch from morning till, the end of dinner with just the half hour between 4 and 4:30
right, yeah.
being quite closed. That's really excellent.
And the beauty of the all access, again, if you're close and it's a hot day like today, it's supposed to be 80, but if you want to just grab an ice cream, again, if you're on the all access, it doesn't matter. You just swipe your card, it just goes in, and I'm going to grab an ice cream real quick. So that's the beauty of having that flexibility, which is what we want the program to be all about.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, flexibility for sure. That's what I'm getting. That's awesome. So earlier you mentioned the True Balance Station and allergies, and students speaking to you about their allergies. For our students who have more sensitive allergies, or even possibility of life-threatening allergies and things like that, what might you say to those students to help them make sure that they have a good experience, and what can the dining hall provide for those students, depending on their need and all that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the first thing is communication is critical. If we're not aware of a major food allergy or food preference, then we really can't. I mean, the student come in and navigate, and the staff is well equipped to answer questions and talk about what's being served and do special requests. But if someone has a life-threatening situation, it's really important that we're aware of it. So again, the first part is confidence. We want the student to have confidence that they can come in and be integrated into the whole program and not feel like they're being singled out. So the worst thing is to have a student come in and they come in with a group of friends. The friends are, got their food, they sit down, they're enjoying their food and having a conversation. and the student that needs a special item is trying to find an answer, trying to find something. By the time they get what they need, they go to the table and the friends are all done eating. Oh, we're leaving now. So we want them, we just want to make sure that they're not singled out and they know where to go and how to navigate. So the first part is usually when the semester starts up, I will send out an email, just kind of a welcome email, welcome from dining. And I always stress that, hey, if you have a special dietary requirement, allergy, whatever it may be, just call me. Just call me first, and we like to arrange for a meeting. I know there's so much going on, orientation and just being acclimated to new friends and roommates in the campus. So let them get settled in first, but then, try to put in your calendar just to spend, 10, 15 minutes with me and the executive chef just to sit down and talk and just walk through and get them to show the space. I've taken students into the kitchen to show them how stuff is prepared, go to the storerooms and they can read labels. Well, I can't eat this. So this is what we use. This is the product that we use. You can read the ingredients and see if it's something that you want. Everything that we serve, is that backwards? It's come.
No,
that's
you're
straight.
good. Yeah.
Looks
Yeah, it's awesome.
So every single item that we serve has a recipe card and a recipe. So what we do is we guarantee 100% recipe adherence. So, if our recipe for, marinara sauce is, garlic and basil and oregano, onions, whatever it might be, that's the recipe. So the team members know that that's what they have to follow. So if a team member says, well, I like to, when I'm at home, I like to put, sugar in my thing, or I like to put, something crazy that may not be what we would normally do. So the reason we stress the recipe adherence is two things. It backs up the nutritional information. So every recipe has nutritional information, which if we're not following the recipe, then the nutritional information is not correct. But more importantly, it's being able to tell a student what's in the recipe. So if a student comes up and says, I'd love to have your tomato sauce, but I'm allergic to, fresh basil. Is there fresh basil in that? So if we have the recipe, then we know it's in the recipe. Yes, it is. So that way, anyways, not just the person that makes the item can answer the question, but anybody has the recipe can answer the question. So that's one thing we do. So once we have the communication, it's really just seeing what level of comfort the student has. Some students, they've navigated their, special dietary requirement their whole life and they've got no problem. I know this, I know that. Others, it may be something new to them, or this may be a new dietary style that they're trying out for a new time. Just kind of walk them through, and these are the options that we have. And then we can sense in the conversation if the student seems a little unsure and kind of not 100% confident. So if the next step would be, well, if you need something special, then we can go about and make special items for you as well. And a lot of the stations set up that we have the ability to change on the fly. Like a lot of the sauteed items, we can get a fresh pan and say add some fresh pasta and eliminate the garlic instead of putting the garlic in the pan. So a lot of options like that. Some students, one student required a tremendous amount of things. We were making, we had basically a daily menu for her, and she would say, I'm going to come in Friday at 2:00 for this, and it was just, not that it has to be that rigid, but it kind of gives an outline. So we have that ability too.
But it can be if it needs
yeah,
to.
I find that most students are can navigate themselves. It's just, again, and the stress, we have a welcome back meeting with the dining team every, semester. So obviously food allergies and special requests is always one of the big topics that comes up. We have posters in the kitchen that talk about allergens and symptoms and how to respond to, to questions. And we do a pre-service every day. So before every meal, we sit down with the team. We do like a little huddle, and we kind of talk about the day's menu, any special events that are happening. And we always talk about special requests and allergies, and, cross-contamination. And, because sometimes a student will come to me and say, oh, I feel like I'm embarrassed if I ask the, dining employee to use a special pan, or a special spatula. They think I'm being picky. But I said, no, the student, that's not, the team understands that, you have a special thing and it's meant to be seamless. So it's, again, they're not like, oh, yeah, here comes so-and-so with the allergy. We have to get, it's really seamless. And again, it's, again, the 28 years I've been doing college food service. I've dealt with shellfish allergies, peanut allergies, anaphylactic allergies, mango, pineapple. I mean, you name it, it's been there. Gluten-free, that's, celiac, those are big ones. And, the one time, the only situation I encountered was at Wheaton College. It was a cross-contamination situation where a student had an anaphylactic allergy to peanuts, and she went to get, nowhere near the peanut butter toaster station, she went to get honey, those little honey bears, if you remember those little honey bears you have at the tea station.
Yeah.
She went to put honey in her tea, and she had a severe reaction. So apparently someone took the honey and must have put it on the peanut butter English muffin or something like that, and the tip of that honey. So we take action to, we have special, we call PC, which is portion control. So we have special packages of items that students with allergies can take as well. We have a special section up front with, soy milk and rice milk and almond milk and different types of dairy-free product. And again, it's once we understand the level of what is needed and what they'd like, and then, we try to do whatever we can to make sure that they're taken care of.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah. We are near wrapping up. I just wanted to ask one question really quickly about athletes. We have a lot of athletes coming in. So I want to make sure I get that question. And then if there's anything that you wanted to bring up that you didn't get a chance to say, within the questions I asked, definitely feel free to share that with us, and then we'll sign off. And I'm sure if we need to chat again, I'd love to do that. Yeah. If we have students who are seeing this and want to connect with myself or John, make sure you reach out to us. We'll put our contact info up so you can get that. And then if there's any specific needs, I know we're already talking with students about allergies and things like that, and you can make that happen before you get to campus too. If you have any concerns, definitely reach out and we'll get you set up. But yeah, athletes in particular, if there's any dietary or scheduling stuff that you guys do for those situations and teams.
Yeah, so we work with athletics and we talk to the coaches and try to work around schedules and what their needs may be. So there's different options of different meal pickup times and things like that. I know some teams will do like a bag meal when they go to an away game. And a coach will reach out to me if there's any special needs, like if a cross-country athlete requires a special diet. I've found that athletes can navigate very well, and again, they would fall in the same, just a special request if we're serving chicken and the chicken breast has, some kind of sauce on it that they'd rather not have, then we can certainly just do plain chicken breast,
Sure.
So make sure they get that protein load and whatever they need. So again, it's customizing, just seeing what they need. And again, we kind of have that approach with the same campus. Our goal is to have a diverse and a fun menu. If we just went by the average kind of student, we'd have French fries and pizza and chicken nuggets every day. But, it's our job to have, variety and kind of challenge the taste buds and the experiences of the students. There is a freshman 15 that is a true thing that happens, because when you're out and you're eating all that food and different things, and going downtown and stuff like that, it can add up. So, we do have a lot of healthy options, and we have a whole section of, special pamphlets on healthy dining. We have a wonderful little healthy guy here, but there's a great website there that has all kinds of healthy living kind of options that's there. So again, we try to run the whole gambit, and we try to make, the menu items consistent to, or true to the taste. People say, well, how do you cook for all these students? Because someone, Well, my grandmother's tomato sauce is, I could never eat yours, compare that. So, we have to try to find a balance. We do have a flavor station, so, you can kind of add spices and seasonings to the dish to if you like a little more pepper or oregano or whatever. So you have that option.
Easy to
Well,
customize.
but it's all about communication. It's your program. It's not my program. I'm just here to make sure that we, offer a fun, a safe food service environment. We have a great team. We have special events. We have a monthly calendar that comes up, and we have a big crab feast, steak night, all kinds of special events. We celebrate birthdays, put a big birthday cake out and balloons, and do raffles. Feedback is important. We have avenues for feedback. We have called a Voice of the Consumer survey, which is a little app on your phone. It's a 3-minute survey. You can give us immediate feedback. We do a dining style survey once a semester where you can just, it's kind of a little bit longer survey. And then I host a dine with the director once a month. I, sit down with students. The chef puts together a real nice meal, steak, any type of nice dish. And we just sit down for, a half hour, an hour, and just kind of talk about what's on your mind and what's working, what you'd like to see different. The program is meant to always evolve and change.
Right.
We have a cycle menu that we follow, but if we find out that, okay, well, this chicken dish didn't really go over as good as we thought it would, we take it off the menu and put something else in there. And if students write us, say, hey, can you do this? Or can you get this type of cereal or do that? We do everything we can to try to make that possible.
Yeah, you got a lot of cereal. There's a lot of good cereals.
A lot of cereal. A lot of food. I mean, our inventory is about, our weekly inventory that we keep in-house is, anywhere from $35,000 to $40,000 worth of food in-house.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this has been awesome. And as somebody who eats in the dining hall pretty regularly, especially with the team, and I can't wait to get back there. I have had a range of different diets and things I've tried, as far as I was vegan for a little while, and I was gluten-free for a little while, and I've always had issues with my stomach, and I know it's a big part of living is making sure you're comfortable and happy with what you're eating. So it's a big part. I hope everybody, especially our incoming students, what they're thinking about when they're going to college. And I, from my own experience, just want to thank you for everything you do, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon. So John, thanks so much. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and thanks everybody who's
my
stopped
pleasure.
by.
Yeah. Look forward to meeting you in the fall. Come and see me anytime.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All right. Take care. Thank you.